Out of the most weirdest couples that are shipped in the Harry Potter fandom, the Draco and Hermione ship is pretty high up there. I mean, Draco and Hermione together, that is the most insane thing I've ever heard. Or is it? Hello everyone, welcome to the Emperor Slash channel, where in this video I'm going to see if it is practically possible for Draco and Hermione to end up together. Also, please subscribe if you enjoy this video and want to see more. In this video, I am going to lay out a different version of events that leads to Draco and Hermione ending up together. Now you may be asking, what are those events? Well, I think I have a good idea. Where we are going to use the same strategy that led to Ron and Harry becoming best friends for life with Hermione. Hermione is going to save Draco's life. This strategy will work because if saving Hermione's life if from the troll can cement the relationship between Harry and Ron and Hermione together, then if Hermione saves Draco's life, then it will at least leave Draco on good terms about Hermione and the Golden Trio. That is pretty easy to say that Hermione saves Draco's life, but how does Hermione save Draco's life? Where and when? That is what we are going to explore. How will they end up together? What will eventually lead up to them ending up together? Starting with the first book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Everything leading up to when Harry decides that he is going to go through the trapdoor and face who he thinks is Professor Snape will remain the same. The night when the Golden Trio are about to go through the trapdoor, during dinner, we can have Ron and Hermione argue whether they should go through the trapdoor right after dinner or midnight or early morning. This is when Draco eavesdrops on them and decides to catch them that night. Now you might already have some questions. Why would Ron and Hermione argue to decide the time, something so small like that? And why would Draco be eavesdropping at that time? If you recall in this book, Chapter 14, Norbert the Norwegian Ridgeback, you can see that Hermione and Ron are arguing whether they should visit Hagrid or not, and the argument concludes that they should visit Hagrid during morning break. So deciding the time when they are going to go through the trapdoor is something exactly book 1 Ron and Hermione would definitely argue over. In the same scene where Ron and Hermione are arguing over whether they should visit Hagrid during morning break or not, and Draco is eavesdropping on them and hears every single word and arrives at Hagrid's window to see the dragon hatching. By that we can conclude that Draco is basically obsessed with Harry and that he wants to just pick Harry whenever he gets the chance. So I think this might be one of those chances to pick on Harry. Okay, picture this scene. Harry has already jumped inside the trapdoor. He calls after Ron that it is safe to jump. That is when the door opens and Draco Malfoy is standing there completely paralyzed with fear. He sees Ron jumping inside the trapdoor. I'm not going to explain the details of what happens next, but in summary, there's a brief moment where the music is not playing. Fluffy charges at Draco and Hermione saves Draco's life, but her leg is severely injured in the process. She manages to push Draco inside the trapdoor because he has seen too much. That is how Hermione saves Draco's life. Also, if you are wondering what happens to Hermione because her leg has been injured, she just puts bandages using magic during the obstacle courses and afterwards is fully recovered by Madame Pomfrey. The point is, because of the selfless act, Draco is now on good terms with the Golden Trio and especially Hermione. This leads to Draco eventually coming to terms that his family is wrong about blood purity and starts communicating to the Golden Trio through hints which only Hermione is able to pick up. Ron and Harry are skeptical about Draco at first, but eventually believe that Draco is on their side. This cryptic communication persists till their 6th year. This is when Draco is assigned the task of killing Dumbledore. Voldemort is just too arrogant to realize that Draco is on the side of the Golden Trio, which is why he is still given a task and not immediately killed. Everything goes the same up to the point where Draco is in the bathroom crying because he is feeling helpless. That is when, instead of Harry showing up, it is Hermione who stumbles upon the bathroom by chance. Draco is in such a state of depression that he is ready to do something as irrational as exposing his task to Hermione. Hermione sympathizes with him, consoles him, and promises Draco that he will keep all of this a secret between the two of them. This is an important bonding moment between the two of them and cements that they can trust each other. Snape eventually kills Dumbledore, but since Draco didn't mend the vanishing cabinet in our story, Dumbledore gets more time to explain to Harry on how to find and destroy Horcruxes. Entering the Deathly Hallows, Draco ditches Voldemort and joins the trio's hunt for the Horcruxes thanks to Hermione. The Malfoy family is now in hiding. Draco and Hermione get the opportunity to bond more closely, which was not possible in school due to family pressure and house pressure. Thus, this is how Hermione might have ended up with the Draco. Side note, Ron ends up with a Luna. I guess Rolf's commander is now single for life. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content.